Radhe Govind, my dear students. Today we will discuss data center networks. So, first we understand what are the data centers. Data centers are developed to house a large scale network computer system in a centralized and controlled environment. And each data centers we can maintain a large or huge amount of data by using some storage devices, computing devices, switches, and routers, and they are interconnected by a specially designed network, which is called a data center network. So, this is the picture of a data center network. You can see here a large amount of computing and storage devices with a specially designed network having special purpose network devices is uh, shown in this figure. Okay, so what are the challenges and requirement of for the DCN design and operation? So first, it should be large scale modern data center to contain hundreds of thousands of servers. Microsoft is hosting over 1 million servers in over 100 data centers. And similarly, the Facebook is maintaining servers, and many social sites have been maintaining thousands of servers. It must support wide variety of applications like web search, web mail, and interactive games. Infrastructure services such as distributed file system and distributed execution system engines. The diversified services and application in data centers define a variety of different traffic characteristic. So next challenge is high energy consumption. So it must support this high energy consumption. The annual data center energy consumption in the USA was estimated to be more than 100 billion kilowatt hour in 2011. So you can think how it may be raised in 2020. Strict service requirement, 24 hours availability which demands high system robustness. Network failures from hardware, software, and human errors can be inevitable. So constant monitoring and agile failure recovery are required. Mm. And the data center network infrastructure interconnects end devices in a data center and across data centers. So it gives you the overview of infrastructure. So we can categorize the DCN infrastructure in two dimension. First is transmission technology based, like switching technologies and wireless technology with the electrical elements and the optical and electrical elements, etc. And according to the scale, that large scale, very large scale, etc. So this is the basic comparison of DC and transmission technologies. First is electrical cable based, second is optical fiber based, and third is wireless, that means radio wave based. So standards used in electrical cable are 1000 base T and 10 G 10 gigabyte base T. The bandwidth is from 1000 Mbps to 10 Gbps. Range is 100 meter, and applications are intra DCN. So electrical cable based data center networks can be used for uh, the data centers uh, in a particular organization only, or they are only intra DCN. And optical fiber based DCN has the standards 40G base LR4 and 100 G base LR4 InfiniBand, and the bandwidth they offers from 40 Gbps to 100 Gbps. Range is 10 kilometer wide, and the application it supports intra and inter data center networks. And in Wi-Fi it should be IEEE 802.11.a/T standards. It gives you the 7 Gbps bandwidth, and range is 10 meter, and it is intra DCN. Now it is the technology is more advanced, and they can be intra DCN also. So what is intra DCN? So Ethernet is used in data centers, and they are highly complex since they interconnect a massive amount of devices with critical performance requirement. And within the organization they work, the nodes can be configured to operate Ethernet switch mode or IP routed mode. So you know these things we studied in the computer networks. So we go forward. And intra data center network topologies are electrical element based topologies only. Okay, and the optical element based topologies also, and wireless element based topologies with some electrical element requirement. So the first is packet based or uh, electrical element based is switch centric topologies. Switches take the in these kind of DCN switches take the primary responsibility in network construction and data transmission. The switches are usually connected by hierarchy topologies, and servers are generally connected to low level switches at network edge. So they can have the modular data centers which may have the tree based hierarchical network architecture, in which there are some core switches and edge switches which connects the server. In the tree based network architecture, it enables to handle the growing demand of cloud computing. The hierarchical layer of 3-tier DCN are highly oversubscribed. Okay, so the tree based network architecture are not scalable, fault tolerant, and energy efficient. So the main switch centric topologies under the electrical element based topologies are fat tree architecture. In 4 array fat tree architecture is shown here. Fat tree interconnects identical commodity Ethernet switches. The advantage of fat tree is that all switches are identical, and cheap commodity products can be used for all switches. And here we use some aggregation technology for forwarding the data from the aggregating switches. A drawback of fat tray is its high cabling complexity. So that means a 48 array fat tray is with 27,648 servers, 2,880 switches, and 82,944 cables. So the scalability is major issue with these kind of architecture. And there is another architecture which is called VL2 architecture, where core switches and aggregation switches forms a complete bipartite graph, and each edge switch is connected to two aggregation switches. So VL2 reduces the number of cables leveraging high speed. So it is nothing but the factory with the bipartite graph. Okay. So VL2 reduces the number of cable leveraging high speed switch to switch links. So 10 Gbps for switch to switch links and 1 Gbps for server to switch links is used. And another one is jellyfish topology, which uses a degree bound random regular graph at the edge layer. An arbitrary server in jellyfish can read more server in fewer hops compared to flat tree. Another electrical element based topology is server centric topologies. So in Swiss centric topology, servers are merely endpoints in the network, but in server centric topology, server act as not only end host but also relay nodes for each other. Okay, so server centric topology is mentioned here that they can also act as a relay switch or intermediate nodes also. Now uh, the matrix for the electrical element based topologies are: first is scalability, which is very bounded, and construction host, which are the switch numbers and link numbers, which gives you the complexity of the topology. And this, and capacity is the bisection bandwidth, latency is the diameter and hop distance, gives you the latency, and cabling complexity can be taken by the link numbers, and robustness can be given by the node degree, network connectivity, and the failures. Now, what is the electrical and optical element based topologies, which are called optical data centers? It combines electrical switching with optical switching. Optical network connects TOR electric switches. It provides high capacity optical links are offered to pair of racks transiently according to the traffic demand. As you know that optical uh, fiber and the related technologies can carry data with very high speed and with very low attenuation. So this is a two-level multi-routed tree of port switches and core switches. So this is the uh, all about optical networks. And in the wireless element based uh, technologies, a hybrid network architecture is designed by adding 60 gigahertz wireless links to the traditional electronic based architecture for extra capacity. So this is the 2D flyways oversubscribed network. So while a device with rotatable directional antennas are placed on the top of the rack, so it reduces the interference footprint, avoid blocking, obstacle, etc. And this is the total comparison of all kind of data center architectures. So all the best, stay home and stay safe, keep learning.